Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tener's the Human, and welcome back to our Slavic campaign. Things are really getting to a head here. We have the Eastern Empire who are going to attack us over the Danube just west of Sirmium, which obviously actually is some nation nowadays. This is a fairly important one. We've taken out a force before. Now we just need to keep pushing as we head towards Salona and eastward towards Thessalonica and, of course, Constantinople. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a big one in terms of just paving the way, but there are some experienced troops here, so we need to be a little bit careful. The general, though, not particularly useful as a general. Our lad is pretty darn experienced. This army is decent, if not our best. Let's head in and let's take them out. Quickly get ourselves into position there, the standard kind of thing. Thinly spread line of infantry just on the front to protect against water crossings, with the archers in behind. This occasion I've not piled all on this side to shoot the non-shield side, because we're just a little bit further to the front here, so we're just going to push them close to the shore as much as possible. Don't quite know what these spears are doing. They need to be blocking the shore. That's kind of the point of them. They're supposed to be loose and over here. Oh no! They were the guys who're supposed to be there. Change the plan. Back to tight, lads. Yes, you are these guys, but I was a bit confused. All is grand. So, their archers are coming up to the front. Can we just make sure that we focus on them first and foremost? Stay where you are, Busalari. You're fine. And yeah, if we can just hit their archers with ours, that will just mean we can pepper them as much as we like. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, early shots in will certainly go our way. They have a bit of experience. We have a bit more experience on the whole. Plenty of infantry here, though, so we need to be a little bit careful today. Hippos just keep trying to get in position. Yeah, they've got quite a lot of archers today, which isn't ideal, but they are actually shooting our archers and not their line. They should normally shoot the closest unit, really. It's the first one they come into range of, so after that, we'll just see who else we can pick. I wouldn't mind... they're just going to cross straight away. Okay, I was going to say I wouldn't mind these guys, maybe some of them coming over. But no. Right, they've got the Equites. Okay, there's actually quite a few units there. You shoot at them. And horse archers, you shoot at them. Can we please get, though, these guys shooting fire into the back here? That is what I want from you. And these lads, we've got you. Fine, but you need to use fire as well. Just aim at wherever the general is. That works for me. They are routing as soon as they hit us. That's a good start. That's what we want to see. All the javelins are coming, and that will really do the job that we're looking for. Are they going to route this way or that way? Looks like they're okay. Looks like they're routing back across. The missile is the missiles are doing a lot to them. I don't think they'll get through our spearmen anyway. These guys are just a little bit. They're straight, just get in there, and you just swing slightly further across. That will be perfect. So they are really piling in properly now. General, if you blow the Horn of Destiny, that would be ideal. Yeah, they've stabilised from the early break there, but we are in a fairly good position. We are getting pushed back a little bit here, but not too badly. They're getting a bit stuck trying to climb up. Yeah, floating horses down the stream. Yeah, a couple of them have just started to appear up the hill here, but they're not in a great position. There's some just slightly sneaking past me, actually. Slightly, which is not great. Some random fire shots coming in, which I'm not sure are particularly useful. I'll tell you what I will do. Get these two horse archers. Gallop over there, please. We're going to get across the water and just smash into the back of their archers. Why are you routing? Oh, Busalari, you're useless. General, get in there. Let's kill their general. That's the main thing at this point. You guys cross the river. That's him gone. That's him gone. That is the best chance we've got then. Because unfortunately, we do have an annoying break, which is going to make life a little bit awkward here. Looks like, though, we've won on the flanks. You need to take out those lads. These horses are assigned to cross the river by the bridge. No, you don't get the plan, do you? Maybe they can't actually cross. No, they can't swim. Oh, well, that makes some sense then. You really should be able to swim because you're incredibly light cavalry. Peasants, you get in there and just start adding numbers to the fight. And yeah, really, we're just piling in on them at this stage. Bit of a problem over there. What happened to my... Okay, fine. Step raiders have been demolished over there. General, come in and clear off these chaps. That'd be fine. Peasants, you come and join the party. That's fine by me. They are fleeing back across the river. General... Oh, it looks like actually this has turned into a... Not the best engagement. What have we got here? Let's ignore the general. By and large, what we need it... Okay, let's try and organise this absolute chaos. Let's get the cav out of the picture there. Let's try and get this set up. There are actually 57 here, so we'll get 57 to that position. That'd be magnificent. And otherwise, what we have is 23 and 27. You get yourselves over here. And I think otherwise, you swing into that position. General, you're fine floating back. Taking a lot of damage in this battle. I don't really like it. One unit over there, that isn't going to be enough. So let's send my 2 horse archers over there as well. And that'll be ideal. If you all run, then we can at least start getting back. And see, they've routed through them, which is not ideal, but it'll at least distract them while we reform. Still some javelins coming in, but that's not the end of the world. Peasants are chasing them across the water. Can they actually kill them down there? No, we're drowning or being shot. I don't really know what's happening, but that's fine. It's fine. Peasants, just get out of there. You're absolutely fine where you are right now. So they are charging in at us. Let's get my warlord over here. Let's get our archers shooting in. Most of our archers got routed earlier, but let's just get them back into the battle. General, you swing over here, and we're going to try and get a charge into these combatances. See if the game likes to do it properly. Blow the horn of destiny. Keep yourself back. And that charge should be useful. Okay, that's a start at the very least. Their archers are over there. We are still shooting in. General's going to keep fighting now. He's extremely well trained. Veterinarii are giving up over there. Actually, I say that probably worth getting one more pullback in here. I think we have room for one more charge. Now, horses. Yes, horses. Charge on those archers. That'd be ideal. And you charge into them. Now, General, if you can charge into these combatances, we should have a good chance. Unfortunately, they're going to get in the way, but it might help in the minimalist sense. Okay, you're supposed to be attacking those archers. Please go and do that job. That's literally what I've asked you to do. Those archers are fighting our cav as well, but they need to get out of the water. This is a lot tighter than I ever really imagined this being. Busolari, just get yourselves back over here, this side of the bridge. Let's start getting fire back into them. You guys get your fire in. Let's charge in those veterinarii. Let's get a good charge in. Sir, blow the horn of destiny in 3, 2, 1. The fire comes in with the charge, and nothing happened. Nothing happened indeed. Okay, peasants, bring yourself back over here. We need you to join the fray. As for these Limitani, I don't care about them. Let's get our cav swinging around the back of their unit so we can do some fun little damage. You cavalry, come over there. Be fine. We have routed them. Perfect. All units into those veterinarii. They're the only ones left by the looks of it. That is grand. And with that, we can start to all run into these Eastern Archers, take them out of the battle, and then it's just a mopping up duty. Yeah, this has been very bloody hard fought. General's down to 11, but we seem to have done the job here. The Limitani won't last that long if we can get them into protracted battle. In fact, if we just charge them now, because we are surrounding them. So, chop. Anytime you want to chop. Great, you routed. There we go. That's what I was expecting from Limitani. They're gone too. So General mops up most of them. Let's start getting all of you across the river. We've done it. We've taken a lot of losses here. 62% of us gone. Not ideal. But we have won and we've helped clear the way. So not a bad battle here. What else can we do with these chappies? Just charge into those committee centres. There's not many of them left. We can clear them out. They're going to cross the river. Over here, the general's just mopping up whatever he can. You guys turn back and finish off whatever is still there. Perfect. So, just the horse archers they've routed. Which is annoying because they're on horseback. They can kind of do what they want and it should be fine. Right. Those Limitani are wavering. So as we charge in from there, yeah, they're getting surrounded. They don't like it. They've broken as well. I don't know what is still fighting here for us not to have won. We're probably way too tired to be crossing this river, aren't we? I'm just going to start drowning. They're just shooting fire arrows at them. Okay. So something somewhere is not routing, but I don't actually know what it is. It's very bizarre. Must be somewhere at the back here, fleeing. Probably pretty much gone at this point. Clear victory for us then, 1,300 kills, so there's 700 or 800. Pretty tight affair, but we've taken out a decent army of the Eastern Empire. With that, we're one step closer, which is ideal because, yeah, we really need to take them out. We've got plenty of armies still left around, having destroyed the Vandals as well. War? We weren't at war? Huh. Huh. I just assumed we were. Oh, well, we weren't at war, it turns out, but we are now. So, we can't really leave that army on the bridge there, can we? They're not going to be able to make it, which is irritating. Can the army from a queen can make it? I suspect they can. Oh, they can't make it either. Well, that's just perfect, isn't it? Okay, let's see what we can do with these chappies. Most of this is absolutely gone, isn't it? I mean, we have most of the unit there. Spearmen completely destroyed. Just start sending everyone back. You go to the bridge. Right, we can certainly refresh the cavalry. They can all come and join, but we can't get any infantry to make it, which is a little bit unfortunate. No cavalry over there. There's a bit of mercenaries to hire. Do I have enough infantry to even hold this bridge, though? That's the problem. If they come in with this army, what have they got? Probably enough to deal us a blow. Let's send in Frederian over here. Just get a load of generals if in doubt. We've got tons of generals. This is more like the backup army, so we can use them as well. Yeah, we're going to have to do the best with what we've got here, which is not a lot. Not a lot. What we can do, though, is start heading our armies down in this direction, so we can kind of retrain and reorganise, probably at Sirmium, potentially at Salona. Large city nowadays, yeah. Absolutely, that will work for us, annoying some rebels popping up. We have armies being developed. In fact, we'll probably just let the scraps go and deal with that later. Now, we actually don't quite have enough space for all of that. Well, you know what? Actually, we need a couple archers in here. No, 3 archers. Okay, that's fine. 7. We can do have a tiny bit more infantry. Let's send the best infantry out there. And tell you what, I'm not sure we have any lances, so we'll take you 2, and we'll just leave the last spot spare. Can always hire up some mercenaries. Yes, perhaps get some Alanis. I'm not worried about that for now. We'll send you over there. Someone in the way. Not quite to the bridge, annoyingly, but that's fine. Okay, some troops are left back over here in the town, which is fine. We'll just retrain, and we will just get enough forces to take out those rebels. There's actually a couple of them, probably because we stretch ourselves exceedingly thin in this part of the world. Now, Tarentum does need to start getting some troops out of it too. Wouldn't mind that, because I could really do with starting to send some troops across the sea there. Yeah, some reinforcements for Thessalonica would be ideal now, wouldn't it? I'm just going to get a couple of our watchtowers set up. It's always helpful, I think. Let's get one here for now. Don't need to go all the way across this point. We haven't got a huge amount of money, but we have enough to go plonk down a few watchtowers, which is pretty much all that matters. in life, of course. Now, away from this front, we have the Huns over here. I was going to say, what's that? What's that army? No, it's not actually an army to worry about. It's just the Huns. No one cares about them. So we'll wander through this sort of area over here. And for some reason we can't put down a watchtower, but we can plonk one here on our way through next time. So Barbarian might as well continue to get some troops in there. Maybe actually get a second archer. That would be useful for us going forward. Londinium, there was an army over here, of course, but I don't know where they are anymore. And as for this area of the world, Vicus Frankie desperately needs to train troops because it's actually got fantastic training facilities. You get +4 experience from there, so I want to prioritise that one where possible. I can't remember what Alamena I had, but often the capitals of their settlements are pretty good. Improved farms, well, that's acceptable, I suppose. Nothing particularly interesting. Okay, that area is looking strong. I'm just going to ignore the Sarmatians if at all possible. Yes, they're not looking particularly fun. Keep the Goths as neutral where I can. And over here I definitely need to continue to train up my troops. That is all my money. But at the very least we're moving our troops around when we want them. We are going to get pulled into another bridge battle with this pretty darn depleted force. I'm just hoping the experience and sheer number of general men can make the difference. Did notice that, yeah, they're not exactly swimming with infantry. Quite a few damaged units in here, but these infantry mercenaries here are going to be a problem. I've got to see how much damage I can do before they get across. I think my archer capacity is okay. I've got 2.5 units of archers / Bistolari. I have a little bit more horse archers in the bag as well. But this is going to be a tough one. It might be a case of fighting to the death for some of these lads. Free Wine, he's about 70 now. He can just stay there till his death. That's what he would want. It's what he would want. They have a few archers, but we slightly... actually, no, they probably match us. It's about the same. Over a tiny bit more horse archers. So we'll see what we can do with them. Let's head in. Should be interesting. Right, this time I'm not going to rush my infantry so near to the front straight away. I'm going to try and get my shots from my missile troops as much as possible. I'm not going to send my cavalry around the back because I just need sheer numbers here to hold my line. Now, hopefully their missiles can get slaughtered by ours. I've got the Bistolari this side because they hopefully, with their shorter range, might just about be able to hit some people. It might be a case of just shooting them right here. I'm just going to give them that tight. Oh, no, that's fine. I'll leave them because they've got a shot right now. So, as we get some early shots in, we'll have to see what we can do. But these cavalry blocking the crossing here if they want to cross. If they want to cross the other side, I could always swing them over, I suppose. But yeah, we'll just have to see what we can do when it comes to that front. It's annoying how low their range is because we can't get an awful lot done over here. We are getting some lads shot at the very least. So my main plan is to have cavalry to charge into one flank. So that is very much what I'm looking to do here. If I can get the cavalry to charge into the flanks, that will be my way of making up for the lack of infantry because I do have quite a significant amount of good general units here. So we'll make the most of them. Those are getting shot down by us as much as possible. But at the moment, it's just a little skirmish, 4% to 13. So we've definitely had the best of the early bouts here. I'm actually going to pull these horses back. They don't really need to be anywhere near the front, as long as they're as long as there's no one crossing the river. I'm absolutely fine. They look like they're just about ready to start running in, unfortunately, which isn't what I want. If we can kill a unit, they might reshuffle. So if we can just kill that last hippo. Someone kill those last few hippos and they might reform. Now, what we look at this time, hippos are going down, so we've largely dealt with this cavalry issue. If they want to cross, that is a waste of their life. Okay, it's just the infantry that's really bothering me here, but we're just going to have to hope morale does the job. They are starting to cross now, and we will just see what we can do on this front. Bistolari just going to have to get, well, Bistolari, to be honest with you, just get some shots in. You have a fantastic shot. You have a little pop at them. If we can do some good damage, that will be perfect. Cavalry, you seem to need to get over this way, so please do. And you guys start shooting some fire into that second row. That's what you want to see. If the general can come in nice and early, we can take him out. Here we go then. Right, generals, charge in. This is what we need to do to win the battle. Buslari in the back. Cavalry in the back. Didn't really get the charge there, but that's not the worst thing in the world. So, pull back out then, chappies. Aryan priests, get chanting. That's right. Yeah, bludgeon them with that great cross. Back into that general then. Full charge this time. Lovely, we've got a break. And there we go. Heavy pack of cavalry into them over there. General, yeah, we've got a break there as well. General, come and clear out these guys. Buslari aren't going to like it. We didn't have anyone to cover that position, so unfortunately we kind of had to take that hit. That's the general. Alright, that is good. Hopefully we can use morale on the rest of their infantry. We just get the generals back. Unless you're going to rout... Oh, they're going to rout everyone. They're going to rout everyone. Just keep going. Keep pushing. It's only those Bosphorus spearmen. No, they're gone as well. Lovely. We've got victory. That was very efficient on this occasion. Slay them all for good to make a good eating. Indeed they do. Now, at this point, I think all missiles can go off. And you can just all just go away. Stop killing our own men. Run that way, take them all out, and that'll be another good day for the Slavic Empire. 15% loss this time. This time with a much worse army. We just tactically got that far more spot on. Plus, that wasn't anywhere near as strong from them either. Here we are then, another clear victory. This time far more efficient. And with that, I think we've largely taken their forces away from Salona now. There were about 3 full stacks there. They seem to largely be gone, albeit there are some reinforcements. Unfortunately, they are refilling Marseille. I'll just go attack ours instead then. It's much simpler really, isn't it? Lovely, we'll go take those out in good time. Celts and Western Roman Empire. I didn't even know they're at war, but okay. Construction complete. A grand bazaar. Back when we had money to flash around and waste. Probably should have kept it, to be honest. Faction announcements. We've gained a slubberdudgeon for someone. Great, well done, sir. At least you're old. That man can die with you soon anyway. Albeit, you're quite good at battle, so you should probably head out. Maybe you can go and clear off the Hunnic lads. Oh, one of them died off because he was too old. That's fun, isn't it? That's very fun indeed. Just checking if there are any other old chaps here who should throw themselves to their death. No, just that one. Bit of a shame, but we'll go stand on the bridge. We'll let you have something to help you. There we are, 1 unit of spearmen. Go block the bridge, take on the Huns. We're at war with them, might as well go and deal with those chaps. Fine. Alright, so as we slowly get our forces together in this part of the world, we can start to think about Salona once more. Now, it's hard to see exactly what's going on in this part of the world, but did we just lose one again? Keeps happening recently. Can't get away from it, but it's not that strong. It's enough for me just to hold back at the moment, though, because I do need to reform a new army. Now, this, of course, is a pretty strong one. Good experience on it. If we just tell these lads to step across here, we'll form up a new force. With you two at the helm, I think. So, lots of experienced spearmen. They're not that good, but once they've got experience like that, they are quite good. So we'll get some of those spear lads as well. There's obviously no infantry left here, so might as well send... Ooh, you know what? Let's just send all of that infantry together. So we've got badly clicked UI stuff there. Right, we've got ourselves a good set of infantry. That's a nice place to start. Archers, follow them up. Oh yes, that's what we want to see. So we are 3 short on one of those units, so we'll send those 78. Top them up, and you guys can head back into that force. So up to, just missing a few units now, so we'll get our cav in. Top up those chappies. You top up them. So we've got some very experienced ones in this force. Perfect. We'll get a 3rd unit. That is ideal. And what else do we want? Let's keep the Aryan priests with us. Give us inspiration. And apart from that, Honestly, we'll just get some mercenary equites just to give us something to chase things down if the horse archers are busy. Perfect. So we've got ourselves our main army here. We'll We'll plod over here. We'll plod over here. See what we want to do. This army in general is pretty much in a position where it needs to get retrained. Aside from that one set of archers who are fine. So you can all go back to a Quinkum. Go and join your old bros who are looking quite dead as well. Merge as much as we can here. I'm not too worried about merging issues at this point. We'll get you to merge. So we've got 2 experience on them. Send you back to your friends as well. And over here we can form ourselves yet another army. We actually have 9 to go match with our chappies over here. So let's get ourselves a second army over here. Looks like we are finally getting some forces together. This is more like the backup army. Nowhere near as good. Far less experience on it. But we do have more over there. I just want to make sure I keep something probably on the bridge here with Sirmium. You can just float between the 2. That's probably what I'll do in that particular place over there. Is that all the infantry we've got? Looks like it. But it's only a backup army. It's more about filling up the space than anything else. Send those 9. They can join up here. And then send them back to you. How are we looking now? Bit of cav. Bolster the ranks. And that'll be grand. Now, you are positive and Christian. You're a pagan. You, sir, are also pagan, but you're not particularly good in battle, so you can probably hang around there. You're useful in battle, and you have an awful lot of experience. You need to join me. This chap, to be honest, he's young. You can come and join the army. We could do with some cavalry. That is absolutely grand. Right, we're in a good position over there. As for this area, we need to go take care of some rebels. So I might use this. Yeah, actually, this is retraining largely, doesn't it? You know what? We're low on money. I'm going to merge and then just see what that leaves us with. Cool. We can retrain those. That's not a problem. And we might do the same over here with merging. See how that goes. And honestly, most of this is pretty much back to full. Just apart from the odd unit there, so we can just retrain the ones that need it most of all. We'll just top those ones off as we go. Get another spy since we just killed the last one. Perfect. So things are looking good over here. We've got ourselves a couple armies that can gradually move this way. You can be the large force to go and take out Thessalonica and Salona and Athens as we start working towards Constantinople. Elsewhere, our plan, I think, is to use these forces, retrained as they are. One of them can hover around Sirmium Bridge, and the other one we can send to go and deal with rebels, because we've got quite a few rebels, and our random forces are not going to do the job, I don't think. So, just clear a couple units out of the way. There are some rebels over there, some Romans over here. We'll go take those out. And it looks like we've got a fairly clear way down to these southern towns here. That's a decent enough force, but we'll just go to the less well-defended town. Marvellous. Alright, so, yeah, we'll head into battle with a couple of these guys. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Well, with nothing particularly interesting happening with the rebels, it's now time for a bit of a random fight with the Huns. Because we can, and I'm bored of them wandering around the middle of nowhere. So, faction leader and factionaire both wandering around. They clearly have no money or no troops. Because otherwise I would hide some mercenaries and maybe taken a town. So, this chap can have his last hurrah. He's got this slubber dudgeon who can die along with him. And he's a good ambusher. We probably could have used that. But we have an axe bitten. So he has some, to be fair, he does some useful little traits here. But he's not a bad manager. But yes, he's just a bit old and picked up a ridiculous drunkard. So let's head in. Let's take these lads out and maybe we can finish off the Huns. Here we are then, Schiltrum, and they're going to run straight into it, which is marvellous. Charge into that general. They are probably a little bit unhappy, but we'll blow the horn of destiny and we'll ram into them. See what we can do, eh, lads? We'll see what we can do. They're eager. Their spirits are lifted by the general, who seems to be quite happily at the back there behind Schiltrum, which is rapidly falling apart in terrible fashion. So we're obviously going to lose this, but we'll see if we can chop them down a little bit. They're shaken. but we're going to keep on fighting. We are not chopping through this guy very well, are we? Oh, we've killed one of them. We killed the factionaire. That's something, eh? A little bit of work. Last few horses here, and he's about to go down. He's fleeing. Oh, and he's fled. He's not only got a drunk, he's a coward too. Probably killed one of them, so that's pretty a fair trade-off. Not too bad, sir. Not too bad. So ends the bloody business of the day, indeed. And ran back to the Kasana Menai, but one less of them alive. Oh yes, I decided to besiege Marseille because I thought it would be better to do the battle like this, because this way I'm on a bridge, which is magnificent. So I'm going to gallop forth and... oh, it's just peasants. Yeah, we'll gallop forth and take care of them, then we can defend the bridge. Much better way of taking on this particular army. I think I was just going to siege them out, but they fall in for the most stupid bait. Fine, another bridge battle. Alright, at least this time it'll be more interesting. We are double-sided on the bridge. Let's go. Bit of a strange one here, as I need to start racing across the bridge, but I want to shoot them down first, so they're gonna cross the water. Absolute lunatics. There's a bridge right there. Okay, well they're gonna drown. Infantry, can you just reform yourself over here then? Just cross the water and get yourself over here. We'll reform it in a little bit. Archers, likewise, just kind of get yourself over here. And cavalry, pretty much the same job. Just let them do their stupid business, whatever it is they're trying to do. So, as we all try and pile across the bridge, maybe you can walk in an orderly fashion, lads. That would be ideal. Horses can just kind of stand over this way. That's fine by me. We'll just shoot them down a little bit. There you go, poke your head into that hill. Just clearing off some of them with our horse archers as we make our approach. It will just make things a bit easier. Classic bug on... damn, I say it's a bug. It's just an oversight, I think, really, in Barbarian Invasion. Is that these guys have to cross the river because they can, which is just ridiculous and incredibly annoying. Because now they're going to be really tired, they're winded now, and they're not in position because they've spent all their time trying to cross this river in the most stupid possible way. We're going to put them all on this side on this occasion because we should shoot them as they come into that kind of an area. You guys, if you can just charge down those archers, that would be grand, and the rest of you can just get yourself onto that hill, shooting them from behind. That is pretty nice for me, I think. So I'm just going to continue to get myself set up as I basically as I normally would. Just get everyone into their kind of position by the front here. So we'll just get ourselves a couple of our lovely Bosran spearmen, or kind of our equivalent of Bosran spearmen. Similar enough anyway. And they can just hold that position. Perfect. And then these swordsmen can kind of be backups. Just fill the ranks, basically. Back here then is the general. Honestly, they might not even bother coming to us this particular battle at this rate, because they seem to be just... they seem to be very distracted by my horse archers, which is kind of fair enough, but I would suggest for them it's probably... oh, they're going to do that, are they? I'll just cross the river if you want to do it that way. But God knows. Oh well, we'll see what they want to do. But we're putting them all over the place right now. They do not know what they want to do. I suggest you cross the river, lads. That'll be the most fun for me. I want you to cross the river. Swordsman, yeah, get yourself into position as well. Archers can pretty... that's not where I told you to be. I told you to be about there. So you're actually on the riverbank. Thank you. Lovely. Now, we get some lovely early shots in, which is what we wanted to do in this position. They're still bouncing between the two ideas. I don't think this army is going to survive in very many pieces. Is it? No, it's not. Oh, this is just what we want to see. Changing over to fire arrows at this point. All infantry go on to defence. That'd be grand. We seem to have got a couple step spearmen on the bridge for some reason. Please run away. That's not where you're supposed to be. Yes, do you know how a bridge works? Okay, they have magical powers. They are very incompetent, but it doesn't really matter at this point because we're going to shoot masses of fire into them. Alright, about 2 fire arrows and the rest of it went into the sea. Guys, you should probably be right behind them at this point, so that would be a good idea. I should probably pay some attention to the battle. You can tell I already feel like this one's won because I'm not making any sensible decisions by this point. Yeah, they're not going to do too well. I think it is fair to say. Very fair to say that. Just aim right at the back unit just to keep them peppered. General can blow the Horn of Destiny. You can just stay out of it, honestly. We'll poke them with our spears as much as possible. We're in defense mode. We've got spearmen at the front. And the cavalry at the rear will start to make them kind of feel very, very scared. Yeah! There we go. Lances just charge into them. They won't last very long because they are just going to rout, I think. Feeling secure on the hill. Are you, chaps? You're feeling secure, are you? That is one way of feeling. Next into the Plumby lads. Lancers, get yourself out of there. Get yourselves out of there. Don't get distracted. Pull yourself... Right, well, they're useless, aren't they? So as if you... Yeah, you've taken them on. General, get in there. We're always going to lose a fair bit of infantry in this battle. But we might as well just start ramming all of the reserve... And they're gone. They're gone. Charge into the Plumbatari. All of you mop them up. You go mop them up. And this is an absolute horrendous rout. He's been hacked down. I didn't realise the general hadn't got caught until that point. So you please stop shooting. You please stop shooting and we'll just chop them down. General, get your sword blooded here and just get them all cleared out. I don't think even one man is going to escape from this army. Oh, no. I think one or two peasants got away from the first bit, and that's not really a problem. They're already down to 68, 86 even. I'm not dyslexic at all. You can not tell these things. Yeah, mopping them up here. This is a bloodbath, and this is why at Marseille that bridge is just the worst if you're trying to defend it, and the best if you're trying to attack it. It is... Oh yes. Oh yes, this is good. Clear victory for us then. 33 kills, and that is all they got in. That is somewhat ridiculous. I thought infantry took more knocks than that. It looked like they were fighting for a while. But apparently their defensive stance as spearmen kept them safe. That means Marseille falls straight into us. Exterminate that place. Soup some me down to the ground. So that is another town fallen to us. Faction destroyed the Huns. Oh! I didn't realise that we killed them. Maybe the other guy just died of old age. Well, we destroyed them. We destroyed them. The history books will tell you that it was not running away. It was not running away. It was indeed a kill and run tactic. Well done, sir. You'll be known as a great legend. The killer of the Huns. Oh, yes. Magnificent work. Well, that was the turn up for the books. We've got money. We've got money. Do. And do we have any siege equipment? What is that building there? Swordsmith. Oh, I haven't had a town that big to see those before. We'll get ourselves a tavern instead, because we could build a great piece of industrial powerhouse, but no, we're just gonna have a tavern. We need to go to the pub. Damn it! So if Marseille down, I think it's time to move straight on to the next town. Do a bit of merging in the army. And on the whole, what are we leaving behind? I don't know. Maybe just these two there. They'll be miserable. But that's just the French for you, isn't it? Yep. You know what? We can afford to leave some of these inexperienced lads behind. And into Arles. I don't mind, honestly, sieging these ones out. They're not really even my focus at this point, the Western Romans. I'm just... there's an army. There is an army who can reach me. That might be a case of withdrawal back to the bridge. But that means they're pulling their armies this way. They clearly then have nothing over here at Avaricum. That's ridiculous. They're being pulled around. They are being pulled around there. Not looking good. Not looking good for them whatsoever. So, just get ourselves a bit of them. Oh, that's a big force up there. Although it's probably just peasants, judging by that amount of banner fill for that many units. But there we go. Yeah, let's continue to get ourselves some nice experienced swordsmen. Where do we get the retraining facilities in terms of the armourer? There we go. Armour is not bad. Do we have the top level anywhere? What is our swordsmith effectively? Foundry over in Summer Private. That seems a bit of an odd place to have your foundry. Do we have one down here? Yes, we do. Mediolanum. So if we can train them in Vicus Franchi, so that's a Mediolanum. they'll be useful. Albeit at this point, we're probably past that even mattering, because the game's pretty much done. We could clear out these rebels, but nah, I'm sure it will all be absolutely fine. Now, over in this part of the world, they have a pretty big stack here. I decided to put it under siege because why not? We'll just siege them out. I can take them whether I want to do it in the field. I just don't want to do it attacking the town. In Thessalonica, we're about to pounce on that. It's marvellous. Before we do that, though, I wouldn't mind my spy heading around and down to Athens. Good to know what's going on down there. Not very much, as it happens. Ephesus, which is staggeringly underdeveloped at the start of this game, is looking all right now, so we can go and take that. Over to Sirmium, we'll go stand on the bridge, and the army over here, we can send this half and kind of float around, ready to fight off the Goths if they want to attack. I reckon defending a town with that, plus maybe another unit of archers or two, would be right if they wanted to try and push it. Will they get a spy in that direction? I could do with a bit more vision. I don't really know what exactly is going on. And these guys can just kind of be... Actually, it's even worth dispatching them around here, because I've got plenty of units, and I can actually train units. To be honest, the rebels are all pretty low tech. No, you know what? We can send these actually further in that direction. Let's send our archers over there. Can you retrain? No, you can't retrain those spearmen, which is a shame. So we'll leave them over there. But in general, we've got a few troops. Might as well send the mercenaries. There's no point of having them if we're not using them. And yeah, we can keep a quinkum like that. That's not too shabby, actually. Want to not have it less defended than we already do. So that's working. Right, Sirmium, we will be able to sort of float around. Salona and Thessalonica to be sieged out pretty darn soon. With rebels cleared out here, we continue to plug away with a few extra units in this part of the world. And I think some steppe nobles actually wouldn't be the worst idea. We don't really need any warlords, but we will get ourselves some Aryan priests before we get back into the horse archers. That'd be perfect, and we can just generally build ourselves an army in this part of the world. To be honest, though, that's probably the worst place to be getting the spearmen, because they have to travel the furthest. So we'll get a spearman at Rome instead, and we'll work it that way around. You, sir, you can get the archers down here. So we get some archers here, cavalry, infantry here, cavalry up here. Perfect. We'll start sending them south, and they can help out moving on forward. Marseille has that. We will get the communal farming to follow it up. We might as well retrain the units we have got there. Get one unit of archers just to bolster the ranks. Why ever not? Bit of farming is always good, and otherwise it's just going to be a case of continuing to just make sure we've got enough. We've really been stretching our force in this part of the world up until now. We can start to bolster it a little bit more now and just make sure we keep the public order under wrap. So if anywhere can get themselves a new general, it'll be up here, so we'll probably do that for now, because I wouldn't mind one over towards Vicus Franchi. We're a bit short on the family members in the west, but in general we're doing all right. And yeah, these random little scrap forces, that's just one in that case, 7 over here, 12 over here. They're just there because the scraps are good just to keep eye on around the map, and just so I can pounce on any rebels that appear, albeit they're too small to do anything. That's all that survived that unit of peasants I took out. Yeah, good to keep an eye out. I'd like to think it stops the peasants popping up, but I don't think it does. That's more of a Civ mechanic than a Rome one. Anyway, I'll mop up around the map, maybe spend a bit of money. I'll probably keep a little bit back this time, because I learn eventually. Eastern Empire actually wants to do this. That's interesting. Not surprising in some ways, but works on me. It's better than me having a proper siege battle. Now, this is an experienced force. Ideal for bridges, actually, I would suggest, from the makeup of it, but if this is the guy taking us on first, we can take him out straight away, and then the backup army is going to have to wander over to us. That suits me down to the ground. Then I can start harassing them with my cavalry, albeit not as many horse archers as normal. So we'll see how much they can do. Eastern archers can be a bit of a pain. Normally these guys can mop up the casual archers, but these ones are a little bit more tricky, so I have to be careful. Right, let's head in. with this going, I think it's just going to be Constantinople itself that stands between us and our victory conditions. This is a pretty big one. Let's head in to Salona. It's a nice scene today with the little ants that the Romans are creeping across the hill from Salona. It's a nice view along the Dalmatian coast right now, but it will soon be paved with blood, of course. We're just going to get this general surrounded by various horse archers. And our second backup general over here. It's fine if he wants to charge into us. I will just get surrounded on him. We are highly experienced. He will not last long against us. As the arrows shoot him in the back, we will get surrounded. He will get distraught. He will rout immediately. There we go. We've lost like one man and he's gone. That was a pointless charge, wasn't it? To link with your ancestors. Indeed, sir, indeed. Getting some annoying pester shots into the side of them from just the edge of the map here on the hill, which is always lovely. Maybe we should focus on... Just focus on the eastern archers. I might go and swing straight into these equites with my spare general here, just to make sure that they don't have any cavalry to cause us any issues. That'll be lovely. Straight into them. Our massive experience will mean that we chop through them without much problem at all. They're already down to 30. That is quite ridiculous already. Right, if you can continue shooting perhaps into that Competence's first cohort now, and you into those archers, that will be lovely. And they are sending some Plumbatari. Actually, shoot into those Plumbatari. They're going to turn and face us. That very much works for me. Those Competences actually are going to be in a terrible position. As we shoot them in the back and get a big charge into their front. Don't really care when you've got a 5 experienced general like this. Just throw him around. Just throw him around. His weight will crush them brutally, brutally. I suppose I could have come up to this hill front here actually. Could have done some damage to them, but I'm happy for them to wander around all day. They're going to get themselves knackered before this battle actually takes place. Eastern archers though do need to go down in the meantime. So as we badly gallop into these chappies, yeah, just run away up the hill. Didn't really do that very well, so they can waste their javelins or not throw them. But the horse archers continue just to pester, which is what we are looking for, of course. Just keep wandering along. Take out those archers. Those veterinary are out of position. They are pegging it back, but towards the general, aren't they? No, they're doing right. They've got so far to go to reach us, though. They're going to be knackered. Going to hit these archers then, clearing them out. That works for me. The general's still just letting his men die randomly. I told you to shoot somewhere else, thank you. Shoot those Competences first cohort, shoot them in the back. These Eastern archers are actually going to continue fighting, which is admirable. As the javelins are oh, they're dealing with us now. How much room do we have up here? Oh, we got tons of room. That's fine. Cavalry, just start running away. Just start pulling out. If they're actually going to react to us, then, you know, we'll just skirmish, because that's actually what we do. So some Plumbatari over there. They seem to have very little patience for my whole tactic here. Come on, you're the Eastern Empire, you should know this stuff. And into their cavalry. Are they going to throw javelins in? Because if they are, that's going to be hilarious. They're going to kill most of their own men. Okay, pull out. And they're going to javelin their own men mostly. Oh, that hit at least as many of them as me, and they have routed. That is hardly surprising whatsoever. Take out the rest of those equite. Two Lanciari. Whatever. They're not a problem. General, charge into these chaps. They will... When they make it to us, I've got so many experienced archers, it's not going to go well for them. Right, let's get a nice front row seat for this. There we go. Ploughed like a summer field. I don't know. You didn't plough summer fields in the summer. I don't know why I said that. That would have suggested it was done really badly. Oh, javelins coming in. We should probably pull out of that one. Legio Lanciari are irritating because I can't really charge them too much. They aren't very good though. They're fairly basic as things go. Let's get our cav back over in that direction. They have no answer to this today. They have no answer to this whatsoever. Now, if this general can swing over here, he's taking a few knocks. Just got to start being careful with him. Whilst his archers are standing still, better go and slam into them with the general. Choppy choppy. A few javelins might well come in. Hippos, 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 hippos. General's fleeing. He's given up and he's going to get himself killed because he's a fool. If you just listen to me, you'll be fine. Right, Cav, you pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out. Right, I think the skirmish might be over at this point, lads, because we got caught out by hippos. And these auxiliary have walked themselves straight into the trap. Sorry, chappies, you are gone. My general, if he just runs away, that's fine. He'll get to survive the battle. He's done some sterling work. Honestly, though, at this point, looks like my horse archers are getting chased down by their general, which isn't ideal. Just get yourself running away. We've just... I mean, this is really where horse archers work. It isn't even so much the damage that the archers do. It's just... Look at that formation. They've not made it anywhere near me. Oh, he's not going back, that warlord, is he? He's not going back. Those lads, they're much more interested in me than the actual army. Apparently there's a battle going on in the distance there, but it seems like it's been won without too many problems. These hippos are really starting to catch me up and harass me, but if I turn around all of my guys, I will hopefully be able to overwhelm them, and I think that's what's going to happen. Infantry, you should probably just be on guard and just let them get shot. Honestly, that's not a problem by me. General, though, go and take out the archers. Why not? We have cleared out the hippos. That is what we needed to see on that area of the battlefield. As for the rest, God knows what's happening. I don't know anymore. I'm just going to send my horse archers back over here. On the whole, they're fine. Oh, yeah, we'll take out those eastern archers. For some reason, my warlord is running the moment their chap turned up, which is quite ridiculous considering the state of this battle, which is mass demolition of them. I'll just charge my infantry forward then or something. Why not? Just protect our general as he flees. They're fleeing it as well. Okay. Right, let's just really good. This has gone from the easiest battle ever to a bit of lunacy. So let's just get our army together. General, redeem yourself, please. Come back over here. Blow that horn. Try and bring back... Oh. Horse archers! Right, a bit of calm has returned to the battlefield at this point. Their general's wandering around getting shot by our archers, which works for me. He's going to run into the spearmen this time, is he? Looks like he's going to hit our spearmen, which is just perfect. Looks like we will overwhelm him. Hippo's all he had to do was run away, but whatever, all is fine. As for the main army, God knows what's happening. This is a bit of an odd battle. There we go, 9% lost to 72%. I can't believe my general fled when we killed 70% and we'd lost 9. Yeah, brave warriors. They're really brave today, aren't they? Running away at every corner. Right, you sir, go and mop them up. Just go and charge into those Lanciari. Honestly, infantry, just start running at them at this stage because that is all we really need to do, I think, to go and win. Archers, just start running forward. We'll form a new front line. Some archers are going to get plowed down by our cavalry. They aren't going to flee straight away because they are actually quite useful, but they have run away straight away now. I've said it. Marvellous. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. General, before you actually flee, why don't you actually just make sure that useful things happen? The priests are going to kill these lads. Come on, priests, do your work. Yeah, battle. Yes, bludgeon them with the cross. The power of God compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Right, a clear victory for us in the end, even though both our generals fled despite us absolutely demolishing them. 1,301 kills. Pretty good. That should be the city falling into our hands. And it means that next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be ready to push on to Thessalonica and Constantinople as our spy gets pushed out of Burdigala, which we really don't care about. It's stuck in slow motion. And look, they don't know if they want to go north or south. Indeed, they don't. Most advanced faction is now us. The Slavs are the most advanced of all of the peoples in the world. And considering my general low level of what do you call it? Technology. That's the word. Yes, I think I've just stolen it off everyone else. But then again, that is after all kind of what Rome liked to do with much of its cultural capital anyway. So I have a bit of money again from extermination, which is how I make all my money in this game. Or at least this particular campaign. We'll go and besiege Thessalonica. Athens is looking weak as well. And Constantinople will be our target next time for what I suppose will have to be the grand finale of our Slavic campaign. Oh yes, their map is incredibly grey and blue now. It's looking mighty grand, even though there's a lot of yellow and blue faces. No, there's a couple green ones, albeit they're places we took back after we lost. But that's fine. All is fine. You see, ignore the sad faces and the rebels. We are incredibly powerful, and our civil divisions are nothing to be worried about. Right, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Nurse the Human, and this has been our Slavic campaign. Thank you, and goodbye. Shoot the flames of death into their eyes. Oh no, we're gonna die! Coward, 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 coward. Stop, sir! You're supposed to die! Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away! Our ballistas can actually shoot our own gates. Okay, let's get on with this battle. Run away.